Morning, everyone. We have Playfix and Bit Digest for today's live simplifying Web3. And we are so lucky to have someone in live in Dubai, Miss Cheska, the CEO of
Yes.
Bit Digest. And we also have the co-founder of Playfix, Yasin Sir
Hello.
Benjamin.
Hello,
Welcome.
bonjour, ciao,
Hello.
sawadee krap.
All right. Well, so for today's live, it's all about simplifying Web3. So yeah, we'll just wait. Oh, we have another one coming in. It's my co-host, Rish. Give me a sec. He's having okay. Sir Tobias is here. All
Hey,
right.
how's it going?
Howdy.
Hey, good morning, Sir Tobias. We have Jessica, and good
Hi, nice
morning,
meeting you.
Therese.
Hey, good
Morning,
morning,
everybody.
everybody. How y'all doing?
Morning.
Good morning.
So, I hope you guys are having a great day. And like I said, we are so lucky to have a live uh, caster from Dubai. Jessica is in Dubai
Yes.
right now in the event.
Yes.
So, we have a live update.
No, I actually thanks for having me. Like really appreciate it.
Oh no, thank you for accepting the invitation, Miss Jessica. So, yeah,
Actually,
by the way,
that's for
guys,
later.
Therese is my co-host for this live today, and we like Sir Tobias. Can you please introduce Playfix or give a little bit of or introduce Playfix to Miss Jessica?
Oh, yeah, sure. Hey, Jessica, Tobias here. Great to be here, everybody. Thanks for hosting Harley and putting this thing together. Yeah, so Playfix, we are a AI Web3 platform. Our mission is to make it easier for the Web3 community, including builders and anybody who wants to create something in the Web3 space. We want to empower them with new tools using AI. And so you can use tools to create new Web3 sites and apps using AI. So if you ever wanted to build, a meme coin or an NFT launch site or whatever you really want to do, we're lowering the barrier to entry for you to do that, and you can do it with prompting and powerful tools that we offer. So that's what we're doing, and there's a lot of details around that, but I won't get into that right now. I'll just leave it there, and it's great to be here, everybody.
Thank you so much, Sir Tobias. And Miss Jessica, please also introduce yourself and tell us about BitDigest.
For sure. Great to be here as well, and to all the listeners out there. Thank you so much for tuning in. So I'm Chaska. I'm one of the founders of BitDigest.io. We are a media platform where we localize Web3 content, and we make sure that we publish firsthand information about blockchain technology in the Philippines. So right now, our main goal really for Vintages is to get more Web2 people come into Web3 through the articles we will be publishing. And again, I believe that we're pretty much aligned with our vision, our mission with, of course, like with Playfix, wherein we want to get more people to adopt blockchain and to really see the significance of blockchain technology. But for us, it would be through the articles, through the content we'll be sharing.
Yes, thank you so much, Miss Jessica. And from what we've heard, it's like very aligned. Playfix giving giving tools or empowering the builders to build a Web3, and Miss Jessica is using or they're using the news or they're using the content. It's like a news. Sorry, to
Content,
bridge
yes.
Web to Web3. So, yes. And our topic for today is simplifying Web3.
Oh,
So,
yeah, just if I could, if you don't mind, Harley, if we could introduce Ben as well.
yes.
Oh, hi. It's okay. I don't mind.
Nah, yeah, Ben, please. Ben's a key part of our
Ben's
team.
like, you can
Sorry,
forget
Ben.
about me. Let's just keep talking.
No, this is great.
No,
This is great.
I was just thinking of two projects, and then I'm sorry, Savannah. Please forgive
It's
me.
That's
fine.
okay.
It's
Yes, no
okay.
worries. Yeah.
um, I work on so I sort of co-founding and working in product and marketing with Tobias on Playfix, predominantly working in the AI space is my background, and dabbled in Web3 and this space a little bit, but more as the days goes on, because there's a lot of interesting stuff happening. And there's a very interesting intersection happening between artificial intelligence and Web3 that uh, I think smart people, um, people who are watching this, the smart people are starting to see the opportunities in that convergence, that's what got me excited. So that's why I'm here.
Yeah, Sir Benj is actually one of the. How many um, product have you created, Sir Benj, already? Even
Over the last 20 odd years, yeah, I've been doing it that while. I've brought 12 products to market, and I've had two of them with successful exits. Not massive. I'm not, uh,
Amazing.
when I say
That's so
exits,
cool.
they are exits, but
Uh-huh.
they're not, not a lot
But
of money,
still,
but still, they were proper exits. So,
that's so cool.
uh, yeah, I just love making things.
and yeah, thank you so much, Sir Benj and Therese. I'm sorry, guys. I just Hey, Therese, you there?
Yes, I'm here. How's it going?
Yep. Please also introduce yourself to the audience and to the guest today.
Oh, I get an introduction today too, huh? No.
Yes.
But yeah, I'm Taurus. I'm from prominently on Twitter. I'm a tech geek. I'm a trucker. I'm a gamer. I'm a Web3 enthusiast. Currently, I work for at Play on Owned for their Discord as a moderator, helping out with the community. And I just love the tech in the space. So I've kind of been everywhere the past 3 to 6 months, and just enjoying the new things coming up. I'm really enjoying what I'm seeing from Playfix, and I'm actually interested in checking out Bit Digest now.
Thank you so
I
much,
hope you
Therese.
like what you're seeing so far.
Therese, he asked you. She hope you like the what you're seeing right now. What can you say about
Um,
that?
I haven't checked it out yet. I will be checking it out for sure. And how is it going out there, Jessica, with everything that happened with the floods?
It was actually pretty intense. So the story is I was in downtown Dubai when it happened. So I wasn't able to come back to my hotel during that evening because all transportation was the trains. There were no taxis available and all roads were blocked during that time. But then again, as you can see here, everything's still pretty much like really good right now. It seems like nothing happened like 2 days ago, and which is good, right? Because everyone's still really optimistic and driven to talk about crypto, blockchain, and there are actually like a lot of people right now. So yeah, pretty much still very thankful.
That's awesome. It's awesome to hear.
That's really cool.
At least we know that it's not that because what I've seen on Twitter is like it's very sad because you can see the floods, and at least we have a live proof there that it's sunny out there. It's not it's not
Yes, I mean
uh
blockchain. All the Web3 people are very strong, right? And the dedication, you can
it
see
is
it. You can see it for sure.
it is. I mean, your energy your energy like is very it shows that the people right there are kind of giving you all of that energy as well, so you are very lifted, motivated to continue the event and all for Web3.
Yeah, you can hear the dancing and the music and everybody partying back there, having a good time. And what Dubai actually tends to be a really large central hub out in Eastern Europe, Southeast Asia for cryptocurrencies and Web3. So it's good to see that everybody's back up and running. Hopefully, everybody was safe, and we'll have a really good event out there for Dubai 2049.
Definitely, definitely. And I'll keep you all posted for sure.
That's awesome. So yes, maybe for this, for the chit chat for today, there's actually no. It's like I don't want to be so formal, and
Sure.
we get, the topic is simplifying Web3. So maybe my question for everyone is, what's the contribution? How, or let's say the importance of simplifying Web3 first is in onboarding, right? For BitDigest, because that's their goal, onboard Web2 to Web3. So how do you guys also simplify Web3, or is there any effort to simplify, also the onboarding?
Should I go
Y-
first?
Uh, yeah, go
uh,
for it.
Okay, okay, great. Actually, as for our case, we really want that all the stories we publish will not have these jargons that can intimidate Web2 people to get to learn about Web3. So we make it friendly as much as possible that will not, again, like intimidate people to learn blockchain technology. Because after all, if we're going to place in like blockchain, crypto, or like layer one, layer two, and our titles, of course, like you'll be able to understand that as well with people. But for those who are in still who doesn't who wasn't still able to explore the space, they would be intimidated. So we don't want that to happen. So right now we're actually like in partnership with big like media outlets in the Philippines. So what we do is that even though they haven't ventured into blockchain yet, we try to create stories that would be able to be relatable for all Filipinos, for all masses. So, like for example, there's this like very um, ex- um, favorite example I would give to you guys, which is like the lotto. So there's this issue about a lotto winner being able to win 20 times in a month. So lotto, it's the PCS, all right. I believe that all Filipinos are familiar with this. So instead of like us telling people immediately that okay there's something wrong about this, blockchain can solve this, we approach it in a way that we discuss first the problem in the PCSO system, and then from there we discuss a bit how blockchain could potentially solve this. So in a way, we hook people's attention by getting the topics they are already familiar with, and then from there we added the blockchain content or blockchain bits in the story. Yes,
Thank you
answer
so
your
much.
question.
Yes.
Yes.
Thank you so much, Miss Jessica. That's a good one. I mean, relating it to a real world, event or problem, and then something that they can understand, like a lotto, and then you guys introduce the problem with that, and that's a good one. That's a good strategy. And Sir Tobias, do you have?
Yeah, sure.
Mhm.
It's really fascinating actually because it seems like complexity was baked into crypto from the beginning, right? When I remember first hearing about crypto, and we're talking about how a blockchain works and blocks and calculations and decentralized, and so this started from a really complex point, and then I think people that started building these systems were really smart. I mean, really, it started from cryptographers, and I don't know if there's anybody smarter on this planet than cryptographers, right? And from there, we've tried to take it through this series of iterations to make it more accessible to billions of people. And that's where we've kind of where it's kind of failed, right? We've, if anybody's used MetaMask, in the early days, this stuff wasn't really user friendly, right? And then you can go along and look at the number of times that people have made mistakes, whether they've been scammed easily by giving out their passwords or their security phrases, or they've sent money to the wrong address. So this is a world full of complexity, and over time it's just got even more complex, right? We've added more chains, we've added more concepts. There's layer ones, there's layer twos, there's layer threes now. I heard an ad from Polkadot today that said they're layer zero, and so everybody's adding a layer of complexity. And it means to adoption, I think, is where things have kind of fallen down, right? Like, we're trying to, like, what are we trying to do here? We're trying to make access to, like, financial technology available to as many people as possible. And all these times we introduce new complex things, it hurts us from achieving those goals. Where we come in, like, what we're trying to do is kind of, that's the whole thing, right? We're trying to bridge that gap. We're trying to make it so that if somebody has a goal, a vision, a purpose that involves Web3 or blockchain, we're giving people the tools to use, things like they've done before, right? Like online editors like Canva, or Webflow. We're giving people tools like that, and then combining that with AI, so you can just give it a prompt and say, I want to build a Web3 app, and it's going to launch a token, and I want to have, a cool website. Here's my creative assets, and then build the page for me. And then our tools do that for you without having to know exactly how to program and how to use blockchain. So that's, we're here for it, right? This is the reason why we're here. And we think AI is the perfect solution for this. If anybody's used AI yet to learn about something, it kind of feels like the way Google should have been. Like, if you can imagine, we were all using Google and we were querying and we were looking at pages, and it almost seemed like the pages that were on Google search result were an additional step to what our ultimate goal was, which was like like acquiring knowledge. And now this AI tech skips that. It just gives us the knowledge we need, or it builds stuff for us. And so that's what we're doing here. We're bridging the gap, and we're using AI to do it. And I know my partner here, Ben, has a lot of thoughts on it too. So, Ben, you wanna jump in yourself?
Yeah. So one of the things that gets me about crypto and Web3 is the layer of anonymity within Web3. And it's sort of, I've spoken before about projects who don't have, obvious human people behind the project in front of it. But one of the key functions of crypto is the ability to manage finances without going into the banking system. And what Tobias just said about Google and AI and how it should have been like that is, I was thinking that when AI language models get compressed and small enough that they can live quite happily, fully on my phone, at that point, I can be searching, I can be doing lookups, I can be browsing completely within my phone. I don't need to have it becomes a semi-untrackable experience. So I think that the potential of AI obfuscating people's activities online, especially in a world where it's becoming, more and more prevalent that people are watching every single thing that we do digitally. I think AI is going to sort of take that next step in what Web3 had as a plan, which is that, anonymity, we are self-contained entities within our own bubble. And I think that's one of the things I like about this sort of the Web3 blend. Yeah, that was a thought that occurred to me today, actually.
Thank you so much,
And
Servant.
we did talk a little bit about your passion yesterday, or was it yesterday, last night, the other night, where we were discussing how yeah, the days tend to blend together, don't
They
they?
do.
Um,
They do.
but we were talking about how passionate you are about just giving that accessibility, similar to what BitDigest is doing with the Philippines and Filipinos, to give people opportunity and access to tools and information that makes entry into Web3 and technology a little bit easier and a little bit
Mm,
more equitable. So that's something that I definitely did want to mention, because you were super
mm,
passionate about it. I loved the responses that we got with that,
mm,
and I think BitDigest is doing a lot of that similarly with their information and bringing that to the public in a non Web3 format, so that people can learn and grow. I think
mm.
that Playfix will be doing a lot of that with the AI as well. So that is definitely something I wanted to touch on.
Well, it's
Yeah,
funny that you say. Sorry, Harley. It's funny that you say about accessibility, because that's the other part that AI I think can really help people in. The web is inherently inaccessible for anyone with any level of disability. So it's really hard. My last startup, we spent a lot of time working on all of the accessibility functions and features of the platform, and it's quite involved. People with visual impairments or hearing impairments, depending on these are issues. And I think one of the benefits of AI about accessibility is dynamically it will be able to change content. Even stuff that you're putting out. It can dynamically change the content to fit and suit the person who is consuming that content, depending on their needs. So if I have a visual impairment, AI could take the content and convert it in a way that I need. If I'm blind, it can convert everything to audio. It can interpret images, for instance, and tell me what the image is. So I think that for me, sort of that accessibility and AI really go hand in hand, and it's really exciting future. I know that's going off Web3 a little bit, but
yeah,
it's yeah, accessibility is really important to me.
that's awesome. You just pointed out, one good use case of AI. And actually, you mentioned the reason you mentioned the answers, like what we had, the conversation that we had with Sir Benjamin last, is it last night? I forgot actually, but I actually ask him again for the responses, because I want to write it on the graphics that I am creating. But I think it's a great opportunity for Sir Benj to be, representing Playfix in the Bit Digest write ups, and I'm gonna give the answer, or the what's that again? I'm gonna quote that, or um the message that Sir Benj, uh it's not on live, but he kind of inspired us with that answer. It's like he's very passionate in giving the others, chance to build. So yeah, kind of became the Playfix, it's like mission is to give the others as well means to create, removing the blocks, or the roadblocks for those who has the great minds to create. So yeah,
Mm.
that's, I think Sir Ben's story is very inspiring, and it must be
Y-
on this
Yeah.
digest. Yes.
Yeah,
And
definitely. I'll love that.
oh, I was gonna say I like Sir Benj. We're gonna have to make that official. Maybe if we
That's
ever
his new
buy a
I'll have
book.
nickname,
a
Sir
little badge.
Benj.
Ben.
Revenge.
I love
Revenge.
it.
Perfect.
Yeah.
I accept. I've been anointed Sir Benj.
That's
So
great.
yeah,
I'm curious more about what's
Um,
happening in Dubai. Like what are you seeing there in Dubai right now? Like what's happening around you? Can you describe it to us?
It's packed right now, like super. can see, I don't know, like the sun's too
Yeah,
bright right now,
give
but
us a
it's
look.
totally packed. It's totally packed.
And where are
Oh,
you right now? Are you at the you're at the conference? You're at the event?
Yes, I'm at the conference, so we have it's totally huge. So I wasn't even able to like finish like like going around the entire event, even though I was here for about like 4 hours already because it's that huge. So but yeah, again, like it's totally packed. There are a lot of like people or participants from different countries, so definitely really diverse. So yeah, pretty much excited.
And what so far has been notable? What stands out to you so far in your experience?
Yes, actually, good thing you mentioned that because right now, I've been talking with a lot of people, and there are a lot of projects that they've been doing like integrating Web3 and AI. So I think that's what we could like really look into right now because me personally, I'm also a huge fan of AI because again, like ChatGPT like introduced all these non-AI, non-tech people about AI, right? So me, I'm also like one of the people who got into like AI because of ChatGPT. But again, like I'm very much fascinated about AI right now. I've been like really looking into it, and me also like as a Web3 like founder, I'm pretty much like really trying to like integrate both emerging technologies. So and now I'm seeing a lot of like projects who have been
Okay.
recently doing that as well. So yeah, pretty much exciting stuff.
And have you been more of a participant, or are you there with like a media focus? Are you finding people to interview? Are you writing articles about what you're seeing? I mean,
Yes.
what's happening?
Definitely. Actually, I'm a participant right now for Total 2049, but we're a media partner for the Coin Store event that happened yesterday and the DWIC 7 day event as well. So BitDigest is a partner for these like for a lot of like side events for Total 2049.
Oh, that's really neat. That's really neat. Yeah, I
Yes.
Wait,
was debating going there or not, and I think it was too late when I was debating. I went to a couple of years ago. I went to the Singapore 2049, and
And
I went late there, and it was crazy expensive, and so I kind of realized like maybe I didn't plan ahead this time, but next year I'll head to the one next year.
yeah,
Yeah.
definitely. And actually, there would be another one, which is I think like much bigger than this in Singapore. 3 months from now.
Yeah,
So yeah,
actually,
hopefully.
in a weird coincidence, the company that organizes that event in Singapore, so Token 2049 in Singapore, the company that puts that on, the co-founder is an advisor to Playfix. His name is
Oh, amazing.
Palvinder. Yeah, Palvinder and I
Uh
worked
huh.
together at Amazon in Singapore, well,
Okay.
almost a decade ago. Yeah, so he's kind enough. He's like, hey, if you want to go, let me know. We'll get you in the back door. So I've got a back door access, I think. But
Uh huh. Maybe we can
yeah,
still catch up. There's still tomorrow, right?
yeah, yeah,
I
yeah,
haven't met Sir
exactly.
Ben as well.
Benj, Sir Benj,
Sir
your
Ben's
presence
Sir
is
here.
Ben,
requested.
Sir Ben, wanna go to
I
Dubai?
shall I shall do what I can. I'll start rowing now. I'll be there soon.
Therese,
Love
let's
it.
go to Dubai, Therese.
Yes. It was
I
actually
would love to
so
go to
crazy.
Dubai.
Drive me there.
Yeah. No, we will do the boat because of the budget difference.
I'm
I
afraid of
only know how to drive a truck so far.
Boats, trucks,
Well,
they're all
it's
the
a
same.
yeah, not too different, mate. You're good.
Yeah.
We will float, Therese. No worries, we will float without a boat.
Oh God, could you imagine?
And actually, it
Oh,
was so amazing because like 2 days ago, even though the again like roads were all blocked, right? People did create like separate GCs, a separate like Telegram
Oh,
group chats,
networking.
wherein like they connected with people who are just near their area, and they just like create another like event or like another meetup.
Oh,
So you can really see like the drive of the Web3 people.
You're
Yeah,
right.
the
That's
spirit is
beautiful.
strong for
Yes.
sure.
Uh-huh.
It's burning. It
No,
just
That's
right
one
now
of the
it's
really cool
almost.
things about the
yes.
Web3 community is that it is really
Fire.
such a strong community.
Yeah.
People love participating and talking and helping each other out and bringing each other up. And that's something like in a time when you've got almost like a natural disaster happening in a desert area with floods,
Censored,
you've
you know.
got people coming together and just rocking it out still because they love what's going on and everything's going great, you know?
Yeah,
Again.
I wonder, hey, did you ever hear anybody say when sun, Was it, you know,
No,
kind of a
actually,
pun on
that
when
sun, no,
moon?
the sun is pretty much like so bright right now.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
Oh
see
yeah,
burning.
that's
that.
right. Oh, that's actually like so witty. I just got it. I just got it.
Yeah.
You're right.
What
That's actually so
when
witty.
sun?
When sun instead of when moon. Amazing. No, actually, like what we've been joking around right now is the liquidity. Too much liquidity in the vibe.
Human stupidity. Oh my god. That's witty. That's witty.
Oh gosh. But yeah, sorry. Me. I guess I shifted the topic.
No,
Sorry.
it's okay. I mean, you're good. We love the energy. That's what we want to know. I mean, what's happening there, and what's the, what's the current situation, and we'd love to see that you guys are
What's the
being part of.
vibe?
Yes, the vibe. You see the vibe, the energy of Miss Jessica is burning. It's like
Everyone's just so
IRL
horny and chill right
IRL
now.
events
So
are
happy.
so good. IRL events are really, one thing that I want to do as well. So, Sir Tobias, when Dubai?
When sun.
When sun? There's a there's a bunch of puns and whatnot that I'm thinking of, but I'll spare you guys. I won't go down that path here. Yeah. Yeah.
So how can like a question? How can AI? Oh, it's a common question. It's a basic one. No, sorry guys. Um, for the simplifying Web3. Oh my God, I keep repeating that. I keep repeating that. Oh my God. So Playfix, all we know, or we all know that we can create chatbots on Playfix so easy, and the projects can create their own chatbots there as well to for their community members to, you know simplify their on how they can educate their community members, about their project. And my question would be like for Miss Jessica, um, you used AI as well, right? For your like write ups, and what other tools maybe like you think Bit Digest needs to to more or to be more effective in educating web
Yes, for sure. Yeah, great question. Because actually, right now we're still less than a month since we
Oh
published.
yeah, yeah.
Since we launched BitDigest. But we have been scaling and growing really fast. So which we are really thankful for. And right now, because of this, we want to use and integrate AI to make our process much efficient. So right now, we are planning to integrate AI in our stories by making it even simpler to understand to all masses. So our writers, this is actually um, we're still actually working on this already, but we are planning to release this hopefully like a month, by next month. So right now, our writers are creating the stories themselves, but again, it is still very hard for people to read all of the article, right? Like for example, most of our analysis article would take 5 to 6 minutes of your time in order for you to read everything. So you want again everything to be much even, like to be even more simplified. by um sorry, like my co-founders just arrived. Say hi. So I'm doing like
Oh,
Hey guys.
yeah, I'm
Oh,
doing
cool.
so this is guys. As my co-founder, sorry. So yeah, so as mentioned, you're really trying to like simplify everything through AI. So instead of like reading the entire article for 5 to 6 minutes, you can just like read it in just like less than 30 seconds through the integrated AI.
yeah. So Sir Benj from
I
that.
think
Oh
I
wait,
think oh
go ahead, Therese. Go ahead.
I was I was saying I think that that's actually an interesting use case
Mm,
because you can have the AI give people a synopsis of a story. Like in the case of Playfix, where they have the AI chatbots, where you can feed the stories into the AI chatbot and people search for relative stories for what they're, whether it's Web3 tech or whether it's gaming or whether it's any number of things that they could be potentially looking for information on. So I think that's like a future partnership between Playfix and BitDigest, even where like BitDigest can have their own
Definitely.
website with their own AI chatbot.
We
that's
actually
awesome.
need Sir Ben's expertise on
Yes,
this.
Sir
Oh,
Benj.
well, I was going to say that don't forget AI can also be multimodal. So when we were talking about before about accessibility and people consuming content in different ways, um, I like to watch videos, and like to watch videos at 2x speed. That's how I prefer to consume content. Um, unless it's like I'm reading an article and then I skim as fast as I can. So AI gives you the opportunity to say someone can convert your website to be read it to me, but not just read me the article, give me a summary, but read it to me in this particular fashion. So that's a simple way of doing it. When we look at some of the AI systems like Sora coming out, um, as the speed of compute increases, as the potential for distributed GPU access of sort of compute on a scale. So there's some of these, what's the name? BitTensor, I think it is. They do a distributed GPU, which allows AI to be sort of spread across millions and millions of home GPUs, and everyone gets some, like a mining thing. But as that ability to increase compute goes up, you could have a website just I want to watch it as video. So create a video dynamically for this content, and it'll just play on my screen. Take a summary, convert it to a script, make it into audio, make some images from it, turn it into a video, all in real time, all from
Yeah.
that's consume content. Or give it to me in audio, or give it to me as a conversation. Convert this into a conversation between two people, or use an AI avatar and have someone talk to me like a news bulletin.
Yeah. Yeah. Can I have
Yeah,
David
that's so cool.
Attenborough
Yeah.
read me the news?
Exactly.
Yes.
Exactly. And that is
So,
what future we're going towards consumption of content. That like what you're doing, Checha, uh, uh, creating the content. That's half of the work. That's only the half. The other half is how do you change that content for people to consume in the way that they want. TikTok. I don't want to read a 15-minute article. Convert it into a TikTok for me, and it does it dynamically because that's how I want.
Yeah, that's
so
awesome.
AI can convert the text to video, right?
Yeah. So one of the things I've been working on as a little side project is creating 1-minute YouTube videos from articles, fully automated, fully on automatic pilot. And it's creating the images, it's animating the images, it's creating the audio, the voiceover, it's editing it all together, it's publishing it. So
Yeah.
currently that takes, there are some systems that you can use that do this automatically. It takes about 4 minutes. The system I'm building takes a little bit longer, but that's just with today's technology. If you look at how fast this technology is progressing, in another 12 months, the ability to just make a video as fast as a tweet it means I can just convert this into a video for me. I want to read this my RSS feed, but I want it to be a TikTok format.
Well, this actually pretty interesting. Maybe you could have like do like a separate call for this. We need to act with this.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, it's just this is the way that the AI enables people to manipulate the information that's given to them how they want, not how it's defined. Like this is how you get it, or this platform only does it like this. No, 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 it doesn't. Not anymore. I want my news like this. AI, do that
I
for
can
me.
do it. Mhm.
AI will be able to do it. And
Amazing.
AI is
Now,
a big sort of catch-all term. It's like machine learning, animation, design. Like it's a big catch-all term, but it really is at the speed that we're going, at the rate that people are building products and stuff is coming out. The quality of models is increasing. Just 8 or 10 hours ago, Stable Diffusion, one of the main image generator, just released their Stable Diffusion 3. And that's open source. It's free. It's open source. So anyone can use it. And I think that's the other part of AI that I really like. It's community driven. It's open source. You can get these language models and run them on your home computer. I'm not beholden to another company who's governed by another country's government and laws and bureaucracy and whatever's going on in their sort of political sphere. I'm not governed by that in the way I consume stuff. I can just get the language model, put it on my computer, and use it how I want to. It's I really love that open source community
interesting. I
part
mean,
to it.
like you give me like a lot of ideas right now.
It's
But
it's
again, like
another layer
simply,
of freedom of creation.
Exactly. Absolutely. Creation and consumption. Which talks to the spirit of Web3, the spirit of Web3, decentralizing, decoupling, getting away from centralization of like this is how it is, with the power that we are given through application of AI, we can change it to how we want it to be. We've got the power.
and then now like again like simplifying Web3 even more, right? With AI.
Yeah.
Exactly.
It's like AI is the key. AI is the key for real. Like if we could do that, like everyone can do that, simplifying or like getting the content on the way that they want. Oh my god, my screen is freezing. Anyway, thank you for that, Sir Bench. That's really insightful.
Thank you
There's
so much. You're
there's a
really
lot of
helpful. I mean, would love to have another call with you.
yes, and Playfix
Anytime.
Playfix can
Yeah, we could definitely
there's
collaborate on something, right?
and by the way, before we continue with that chit chat, I'd like to do a shout out to our 1,711 viewers. Oh my God. I don't say millions anymore, Therese, just to make it sound like we have so many viewers.
That's amazing. Thanks everybody for joining.
100 million viewers.
No, I can say that because it's 1,752 million viewers. Anyway, this is a great session. Like, there is a partnership that's gonna brew, and the
Hopefully.
Bit Digest, yeah, hopefully, and Bit Digest, way of delivering content to the people is gonna be like very, how do you say that? It's gonna be different from the others. It's unique, and in a way, it's groundbreaking. Is that like is it's like um, the technology that you will be introducing to people, like AI, they will be like, because AI right now is like some other AI tools or some other AI projects are very, in a way, it's very complicated, that even the navigation is very complicated even for others, even for the people who's already in Web3. And what Playfix right now that I'm seeing in even the website is like, even the creation of chatbots, it's straightforward. So if we can, apply that to Bit Digest and the technology that, or not technology, the things that Sir Bench mentioned, it's gonna be something like a change in the way Filipinos can, uh, maybe their sorry, their perception to Web3 is gonna be changed, because Filipinos always like scam. And if in a way we can change the way of giving them the content, or for them to consume the content, then maybe there's gonna be a quick change of perception of crypto and Web3 here in the Philippines. And anyone has a question? Sir Tabs.
Oh, no question. I'm just really just thinking about what Ben was saying, and how I think it plays out with how I've changed my use of search engines, right? I think
Mm,
it's now putting the control back into the consumer's hands about how they want to consume stuff. And like I was
yeah.
mentioning before about my own search behaviors, right? Like I used to, like if you're solving a technical problem, you'd open up Google. I use DuckDuckGo and Firefox. I'm trying to be a little bit of a rebel here. But you go there and you search and then you wade through all these pages and find the answer. And that whole process was like designed by somebody else, and they kind of imposed that on us on how we should, solve problems in today's world. And of course, they had to make money on it, so they added a bunch of ads and they added a bunch of stuff to kind of make that task even harder. But now with using things like Chat GPT and other generative AIs, it puts the control back into our hands, where now we're getting the answers that we want faster. I think that's why it really took off as fast as it did, right? Even though it's the same source knowledge, right? It's still the same internet data, but now we get it on our terms, and we don't have to play this weird game of like clicking through links and stuff. And so Ben, yeah, just I'm just really also impressed with Ben's thought here about it going multimodal, and having, of course, we don't want to copyright and violate famous people's IP, I guess, but it would be cool to have the news read to you by your favorite actor or actress or something like that, right? I think this is a powerful thought, and it's not there yet, but this is where the opportunity right now is, right? People in the media, there's a lot of negative things being said about AI taking jobs, and I think jobs are impacted, and it's not a question, but it also opens up this whole new world. And if you just look at it in a different way, then you can start creating things that Ben is talking about. And maybe Bit Digest is the company that does that. Maybe you guys, jump on early and create some new way to consume media using AI. That would be pretty cool. So not a question, Harley. Really, that was just my thoughts. But I'll pass the mic off now.
Yeah. Yeah. So
I,
who's gonna catch the mic?
I'll
I,
add to it.
oh,
Oh,
go.
all right, I'll add to it and then I'll stop talking. So I foresee a world kind of where language models become a baseline. Because I agree with Tobias. Like, I rarely go to Google these days. If I have to Google something, I'll use Perplexity. I rarely go to Google. Um, but I see a world where we all have a language model as a base that we use, like our little chat GPT. But then we can plug in additional forms of content. So let's say I want my AI to also be absolutely knowledgeable in every single part of Web3. So I could go to some sort of marketplace and purchase a plug-in of knowledge to my personal language model that has all of the information about Web3. So it can add, like people can build a repository of knowledge, and that knowledge that they hold has a value. So let's say I was into gardening or something like that. I had a huge repository of information about gardening. Then other people who were like, well, I need to learn how to pot plants. So my AI will just go and grab, and I'll make a purchase of this gardening, corpus of text. It then fine tunes into my language model, and now my language model has all of the information I could ever want about gardening. So I don't have to go and search. I can just train this up to now suddenly know everything about it. And it builds that, my AI becomes more and more personalized to what I want it to know, to understand what I want it to understand. And I think that, especially as a content creator or as a publisher, if that was a future, then being a specialized producer of specialized content, really focused on how, if this was incorporated into a language model, how will it add value to that? And that becomes, then that knowledge, that data becomes incredibly valuable. So I think that's kind of a future where a person's high skills become accessible globally, and I can just sell access to that language, that knowledge, and that
Thank you.
that then becomes my value. So that's an interesting world.
Thank you so much, Sir Benj. And actually, Miss Jessica has to go because she's, as you know, in the
Unfortunately.
Dubai having an
But
event. And
yes,
thank you so much, Miss Jessica.
I mean, like, yeah, I really learned a lot. I mean, I want to continue this conversation, right? But I have
Yes,
to go for now. But thank you so much again, Benj, Darius, Tavares, and Carly. I really, really appreciate yeah. Hopefully we could like get in touch and again,
yes.
let's just continue the conversation, right?
Yeah, I'll create
Yeah.
a group chat for everyone
Hey,
here. Sir
Yeah.
us
Benj,
from
Sir Tom.
Dubai.
Yes.
Thank you so
From
much again.
Dubai.
Yeah,
Let's go to
yeah.
Love to
Dubai.
meet
Let's
you.
go
Yeah.
to.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Take
When
care.
fun, right?
Take care, Miss Jessica.
Right. Yeah, you too. Bye bye.
Don't float there, okay?
Bye, Jessica.
Bye bye. So yeah, now you see guys how happy a Filipina is. So you won't say that we love to giggle.
Every Filipino's giggles on live. Now we know. Um,
Yeah,
but no,
her
I like
energy
that idea.
even more. Yeah. We're still on
I
live, and yeah, it's
I was gonna
almost an hour
comment
actually. But
on the Google.
yeah, go ahead. Oh,
I was
you're
gonna
gonna comment
comment
on
on
the
the
Google.
Google remark. Yeah,
Is
because
it
I
needed to
really
be
like
live
that
or?
idea.
Mhm.
No, no, it's fine to be live. Um,
Okay.
uh, I was saying
You know,
I really liked the Google remark because like I've noticed over the years, I'm the type of person where like I'll search up anything if it's interesting to me. I'll try to do as much research as possible on a subject or a topic. And just noticed over the years that it's become harder to get the
mm,
information that you want from Google. Like it's become so difficult. I used to be a master of like searching things up on online. Like now it's like you toss in like a really good search prompt or you toss in a really specific request for information on these search engines, and it's so hard to find the specific data that you're looking for. You get a bunch of BS constantly from it, and it's all fed to you for these search engine optimizations because people use 1,000 different tags for things that don't even relate to their product at the time, and they get higher on the optimization, and you get fed a lot of noise now. And I like that about AI is that I can ask a simple question, which is why I've been using Copilot more, why why I've been using ChatGPT more, and
Oh my
probably why I'll be using Playfix more in the
is
future.
it just me or it's a bit robotic?
No, I think it was
Robotic.
Taris had a very interesting glitch in his matrix just then.
Oh my
But I
god.
agree. I agree with Taris that using that moving away from Google is something. I think that's probably why we're seeing Google try and push into AI as fast as they can. And they are doing a pretty poor job of it. Um, but I think that's why they're trying. You know, they're starting to do in search results, AI generated search results. So in the not too distant future, Google is going to be ads, AI generated search results scraped
Ah,
from other people's sites, ads, listings, and then at the very,
yeah.
very bottom, someone, you know, the top three SEO answers for that, you know, question. So I think I you know, AI is changing the way that people are extracting information, and Google is absolutely going to feel a lot of pain
Yeah.
in the relatively not too distant future, especially when these language models become better. So, I mean, we're still so early on, and we get such good quality out of them now, but it's so
Early.
so early. Even
Imagine what they
like
can do.
exactly, give it another 2 years, and the whole my AI hallucinates and makes stuff up is just like no, no, it doesn't do that anymore. It
Mm.
fact checks itself. You know, it can even cite where the information's coming from. It's doing independent research for you. You know, it's the whole. I mean, when did Google come out, Tobias? I mean, we were both
It's
at high school then, I'm
well,
sure.
yeah. I mean, what's happening is the classic. I think Clayton Christensen, right? If you want to be a student of the game, look up the innovator's dilemma and what we're seeing it play out in real time with
Mm,
Google, because these LLMs do provide a better experience for knowledge acquisition in a lot of domains, not for real-time information. Like you're still going to use Google Maps to find a location, but for a lot of other domains, these models are better now. And Google is in the classic innovator's dilemma because they can't just change everything over to these guys yet, because if they do, they will destroy their business model, right? Like they
mm,
make money off of ads and links and the whole thing. And this thing completely disrupts that for them. And so I think their challenge right now is not just catching up from a technology perspective, but it's also trying to figure out how we're going to keep the cash cow going when everything is changing now. And there's no easy answer, right? Because
mm.
OpenAI set the new path, the new experience, which is I type a message in and I get an output out, and there's no ad. I pay money for premium service, and
It's
that's what we view. Yeah, yeah. Go ahead. Yeah, as
Yeah.
the new way. Yeah.
It's not, and it's not like this is a new situation. What we're
mm,
seeing right now is the difference between the railway and the iron kingpins, Google, and Henry Ford, OpenAI, has come and now he's putting cars on the road. So people aren't stuck on the train line of information. You get where you're going at the speed we give it to you, and you have to deal with whatever we want to put in there. To you can take your own way there. Just
That's
jump in a
right.
car, go your own way. And yeah, that's a perfect, like, the disruption is happening in real time, and these oligarchs of technology, you know, but it's very different from trade lines. You know, it's powering the
Yeah.
internet, so it's a lot of
Yeah, and
disruption.
it's you can see that it's a chessboard, right? So the pieces are in play now, and people are maneuvering, right? Google's maneuvering, and OpenAI just needs to keep on excelling at what they're doing. New entrants will come in, but already the brand name of OpenAI is so strong that they have this kind of built-in
Mm,
advantage. And the models, of course, is always at the top of the list in performance terms. So yeah, it'll be interesting to see how this all plays out. It's hard to see what Google's going to do now and how they can. I mean, they have, they're so entrenched in our phones and in our whole process of finding information and finding locations of businesses that it's not going to be a change that happens overnight, but you can start to see the cracks, right? You can start to see the beginning of a problem for them. So it'll be interesting to see how this all plays out.
It's interesting you bring up phones too. We've just taken over the whole conversation, by the way,
I
but
know,
it's interesting.
right?
It's interesting you say about phones. So, Android and iOS are the two major mobile operating systems. There are Linux-based operating systems for mobile phones, but very few of them, didn't really make it out in the wild. And Windows failed. But Harmony OS is a system that was built by Huawei, and that is now taking up a lot of market share of mobile operating systems, purely because they were forced out of the Google ecosystem. So they had to put huge amounts of development to build an operating system that worked. But that also means maps and email and all of the other tools that they were pushed away from, couldn't use because of American politics to, Google can't be on Huawei. They had to go and build. So it's kind of another nail in that potential. Google is having some trouble when a new operating system that's not bound by American politics is open to new technology. And of course, Huawei is very big on uh, cloud, a lot of back-end technology. They're doing a lot in AI as well. So I think it's a very interesting new world that we are hurtling towards, especially mobile. I think that's the next big thing. The mobile technology is really going to take off.
Yeah, thank you so much, Sir Benj. And I'll be downloading this because I don't have the maybe the time to edit the parts where you guys spit out those fire suggestions and your um what do you call it earlier, the Google things, because I think it's gonna be more effective for for those who's on TikTok, just spreading out the information about this, because I think this is really cool. It's really cool. So yes,
Let's talk about that tomorrow. Yeah, let's chop it up. You're
yes,
right.
shop
Let's
it
find a
for
way to chop it up.
yes. It's very. I mean, for me, I got the feeling like, oh, the $20 that I'm paying for ChatGPT is very very worth it because I got the results that I want and I need. And yeah, it's all cool. And by the way, we're in an hour streaming, we will be opening a space, guys, if you are down for it, because we'd love to get more opinions from the people as well. So we do this because the reason I sometimes love the spaces and uh, his phone, it gets rugged by restream. So thank you again, guys, for coming today.
Stream
And oh, oh, I see.
Perfect.
Are we sure Taurus is not ChatGPT
I,
audio? Are we sure?
I think he's an AI.
We don't know yet.
Yeah, I think
Uh,
so.
We don't know yet. We don't know yet. So yeah,
Well, hey, Harley, thank you so much for putting this together. Thanks, Taurus. And yeah, if we can create that group with Jessica, we'd definitely love to connect with her, Harley. And thank you, Ben.
always
As always, it's been a pleasure.
same.
yes. Thanks everyone, and thank you to our 1,957 million viewers.
Wow.
Yes, and till next
Great.
time, guys, we will be announcing the next schedule on Playfix Twitter account. And also, if you want to join the Playfix community, scan the QR code at the top. And yeah, see you there.
Cool. And yeah, one more thing. I'll do the Steve Jobs thing.
Mm-hmm.
One more thing. It's not an iPhone, so sorry, but I'm making myself laugh here. Next week, so for next week, just to give the audience a little bit of a taste, we are gonna share new products that we have developed and are almost ready to show now, but next week we'll be ready. So when you see events come out from Harley and from our account, join it. You'll learn new stuff about what we're doing, and we can't wait to share it with you.
Oh,
That's all. Thanks, everybody.
Alpha. Thank you so much, Sir Ben, Sir Tubbs, and Therese. Thank you so much, everyone. And for those who's watching right now, thanks